Hello, vinyl partners. Are you ready for a showdown? A top 5 countdown?
Hey, if we have to count, it's going to have to be easy because I'm terrible at math. Five is a good number.
5 is a good number.
What are we counting down today?
We're counting down the top 5 CBGB bands.
They were huge, or CBGB was a huge instrumental
massive
place in Greenwich Village in New York in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, and it originally opened as a country, bluegrass, and blues place, and folk. I don't know how folk figures into the title, but it's
I don't
there.
know how the folk that works.
But I'm bump.
Anyway, before we get into the top 5, we want to remind you guys to go to our Fourth Wall page that's down in the info below there. We want you to do that. We want you to also go to those links that you see there, because if you see an album on here that you're interested in, you can go to that link and get it from Amazon, and we get a couple shekels back. We also want you to go to the social medias and do what, John?
Like, subscribe, comment, and share.
Sharing is caring. Okay, back to CBGB.
Yes.
It's one of those one of those venues that was basically a shithole.
Yeah.
But it was taller. It casts a very tall shadow on those bands from New York at that time.
Yeah, because even bands like the Ramones kind of really influenced the Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
And they really broke punk.
Yeah. And the Ramones were a mainstay there.
Yeah.
There are places where bands can perform that kind of make an indelible mark on the music industry. For New York, you've got CBGB.
And Max's Kansas City was the other one. Those two clubs were it in New York.
Yeah, in LA, you have places like the Whiskey or the Roxy.
Yeah.
You have places like that all over the country. So CBGB, if you haven't heard of it, look into it. I'm surprised there hasn't been a movie made.
There is.
Oh, is there?
It's really good.
What's it called?
I think it's called CBGB's.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, I'll have to look into that. So if we're talking top 5 CBGB bands, and there were many different types and styles of bands that played there, who, in your knowledgeable opinion, would be number 5? I'll take this.
Number 5, and I've already got my liner notes out because it's important. The Heartbreakers, LAMF. Mm-hmm. Like a motherfucker.
Oh, okay. Beep, beep, beep. Beep. Beeper, beeper.
Yeah, so why this is, one, this band, members went on, or no, one of the members was in the New York Dolls.
Johnny Thunders.
Mm-hmm. And they went on to other amazing things. But the great thing about this is forever, the original release of this was muddy and just not great. Mm-hmm. It just didn't sound the way it sounded when they recorded it.
But
when somebody passed away, one of the producers of the original record label, he had 2 tapes that were marked LAMF. They didn't even have the band name, and said LAMF with the date 77, because they recorded this actually in Europe.
Oh,
and
okay.
they were going to go on tour with a whole bunch of bands, the Clash,
mm-hmm.
Sex Pistols, a bunch of punk bands, the Damned. But then the day they arrived, I think Johnny Rotten was dropping F-bombs on TV. So guess what? The tour got canceled. Oh. And so they're in the UK penniless, and they signed this record deal.
And so one of the guys, the producers or engineers, is the guy that had the tape.
Yeah.
Did he find it in his attic?
Yeah, it was found in just some master tapes he had in his attic.
So basically, the original pressings of this
were crap. But this one came out on RSD
a couple
this
of years
year.
Oh, this year. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. And it sounds much better.
And it sounds exactly the way the band wanted it to sound.
Well, that's great. I mean, any CBGB list would not be complete without this band.
The Heartbreakers.
Yeah.
One album. This is it.
Yeah.
And I mean, the song everybody knows is Chinese Rocks.
Yeah. Cool. And I like the pink and black, and it almost looks like a Ramones cover, except it's in color. And then on the back, you have their fingerprints here. So.
And I love this because look at that band. They are so punk. They are as punk as it gets.
Those look like mug shots.
But this is great. The liner notes detail front and back the whole story of the lost tapes and how they're found.
That's so cool.
It's a great album.
Johnny Thunders, punk rock hero. So number 5.
Number 5.
Heartbreakers.
So then we're going to go number 4.
Okay.
And it's a band that everybody knows, Blondie.
It's crazy to think that a band that became as ubiquitous and
as big
as Blondie did used to play at a little bar.
Yeah, and they played there all the time.
Yeah, they were like a house band.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I mean, we don't have to belabor the Blondie thing, but just a very cool band at a time when there weren't a lot of female-fronted bands that were busting up the charts.
And I mean, one thing is when they broke in 74, 75, Debbie Harry was 30 years old.
Was she?
Yeah.
Huh. I did not know that. Huh. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's just, it's kind of mind-boggling because everybody else was, they were either teenagers or in their early 20s.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the record and music industry is a young man's game. I mean, there are bands that have remained there, continued to record, but it is a young man's game, and it is harder anymore today for bands with older folks to get that support, get those record deals. That's cool. This is Parallel Lines.
Yeah, it was probably their biggest album. Well, it wasn't their biggest selling album, but at the time, this was their kind of their blueprint of things to come.
Yeah. Okay. So Blondie, number 4. I gotcha. What's number 3, John?
Number 3, we're going to put our good old friends, the Ramones.
They are the band, the New York band, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are New York through and through.
Yeah. And kind of, the guys that inspired all of the punk things to come, for sure. And I've always loved this album cover. It is what it is, and it tells you what you need to know about the band.
Yeah. They were as punk as it gets. Punk in a different way, wearing the leather jackets and the torn up jeans.
And also a mainstay at CBGB.
Yeah, they played every other night.
Yeah. And, that's kind of probably where they cut their teeth and became the band that we know today.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. You got the eagle down here. That's very cool. Love it. So at number 3, Ramones.
Then number 2, the Talking Heads, 77.
Another mainstay for
us.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. And we know what the Talking Heads became, and, they broke up in, 84, 85, and, or 86. They weren't around, it was like, 10 years, 10 years.
Yeah, they weren't around terribly long. They didn't have, I don't know how many, I'd have to...
7 albums, maybe, something like that.
7 to 9, something like that.
But, David Byrne has just trudged his path forward. The other members of Talking Heads have gone on to do other stuff musically. And, we saw him a couple years ago, and his live performance.
So much energy,
but also kind of like art rock, still doing that performance art type of stuff.
And that's what CBGB was.
Yeah.
It was art rock.
Yeah, which, the Talking, you don't have to say anything more about the Talking Heads. They have their music is so strange, but also so familiar.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy to think a band like that becomes that big, but here we are. So that is number 2. So number 1, what do you think about number 1?
Number 1, Patti Smith, Horses.
Yeah.
And you talk about performance. This is performance. She's a legendary talk singer, another staple at CBGB's and Max's Kansas City.
And also just really plugged into that art scene in New York.
Yeah.
Best buds with Robert Mapplethorpe.
Well, they were married.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Even though Mapplethorpe was gay, but
Yeah.
they were married.
and he was in the 80s, he became a pretty
Well-known
well-known
photographer.
photographer.
And I'm pretty sure Robert took this picture
I-
of Patty.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have the book, Just Kids, I think is what it was called. And
Yeah.
I haven't read it yet, but she's an artist through and through, and obviously someone who had a lot of stage time at CBGB.
Yeah. And so I'm going to call a timeout. We're going to make this a top 6 because I have television's Marquee Moon, but I can't find it. And part of it is we're removing all these albums all the time.
Yeah.
It's been lost in the collection somewhere.
Yeah, I've got a few of those too. So this is technically a top 6 because television.
Marquee Moon, they were one of those bands that kind of blazed the trail for the rest of the bands.
Yeah. So you would put television at number 1.
Television at number 1. I think I'll have to double check, but I think they played the first gig, the first live show at CBGB's.
Oh, okay, cool.
The first live show ever was television.
Well, they're kind of one of those bands that wasn't around a long time, but definitely made an indelible impression for sure.
Yeah, and I gotta find the album
Well,
or buy it again.
That happens a lot, in moving records, listening to records. They end up getting put somewhere. I've lost a couple in the last 2 years that I just throw my hands up and say it's my payment to the vinyl gods.
Yes.
But we want to thank you guys for taking a look. It's always fun to condense these little groups of bands or things down and rank them in order. It's also a challenge to do that. We want you guys to go to that information at the bottom there. We want you to visit our Fourth Wall site, and you can join for free, or you can donate any amount of money you want to the show. You can go to the links that are listed there and buy the albums that we talk about. And you can also go to our social media and do what, John?
Like, subscribe, share, and comment.
Comment. Let us know what other top 5s you'd like us to do. Let us know some ideas for shows. Give us any ideas you want. Produce the show for us, really, is what we're asking.
Yeah, we're asking you.
So, for Wheels, I'm Jay, and we'll see you all the next time around.